This broadcast, telecast, webcast, whatever you want to call it, is brought to you under the auspices of the South Dakota High School Activities Association in cooperation with GoRaidersLive.com. I'm Brian Fisher, your play-by-play host for tonight, and away we go. Opening tip is controlled by the visiting Rough Riders. They'll work to the east end of Rapid City Stevens High School gym, Carroll Higher Gymnasium. Dribble around to the top of the key, over to the left point. That's Giblin, and her pass is picked off. Here's Schaefer with it. Raiders bring it up court. Schaefer right point, top of the point. That's Kyle Watson. Schaefer on the right wing. Back out to the top to Watson. Now swinging over to the left point. Smith, eagle chasing. Back to Smith. Smith to the left elbow. Here's Kyle Watson. Drives in, kicks it off here to Allie Hammond. Now out to the top, and the left corner, they work it around. Kyle Watson for three from the deep corner. So the Raiders off to a good start. A steal, and now a three-point shot from the corner. 3-0 Raiders, 7:11 to go. This is the third meeting of these two teams. Tell you more about that. The Raiders have won both of them earlier this season. Roosevelt with the basketball. Giblin out at the top. Now they work it over to the left wing here. Down low and in the post. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Smith. On the miss there by Waltman. At the other end, a drive and a right-hand layup doesn't go there for Kyle Watson. Nice drive, no payoff. And out come the Rough Riders. 6:36 to play first quarter. Giblin will walk it into the front court. Over to the right wing. Top of the key, it goes to Waltman. Back over to Giblin on the left point. Drive to the top of the key, now leaves it over on the right side there for Ambrose. Ambrose back out to Giblin. Giblin starts a drive, then hands it off there. The shot clock winding down to 7. And a three from the top of the key is up and good to beat the horn. Tatum Koima knocks down the three for the Rough Riders and ties the game. Both teams knocking down three-pointers. Watson, eagle chasing right point. Skip pass left side. Schaefer, Smith, back to Schaefer. Ball fake, driving the paint. Left side, eagle chasing. Watson at the top. Drive here, Schaefer to the free throw line, and the shot from there won't go. Yes, it does. Got a friendly hop on the rim, and the soft touch drops for Watson. 5-3 Raiders. Up court they come. The Roosevelt Rough Riders. 5-3 Raiders, 5:25 to go in the first quarter. Here's a drive to the basket, and a left-hand layup is up and good for Nielsen. That ties the ball game, and a quick timeout here.
30-second timeout taken by Stevens.
Timeout called by the Raiders here. A 30-second timeout. They want to fix something defensively, would be my guess. GoRaidersLive.com. Tell somebody who wants to watch the ball game. We're having a good time here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium. There we go. With this little break in the action, want to tell you to watch the South Dakota Class AA boys basketball tournament from Sioux Falls, March 15th and through the 17th. At sdpb.org, and the championship game on SDPB1 television, sponsored by Dakota Bank and South Dakota Corn. Back to the action, the Raiders with the basketball. This is Watson. Smith, eagle chasing on the left point. Eagle chasing looks inside the paint, and her pass down inside to Watson is way off the mark, and that'll be turnover number 1. For the Raiders, 5-5, we're tied in the backcourt. Giblin with the basketball. Full court pressure defense. Pass in the front court. Hammond almost got a hand on that pass, but it's going to be hauled in there by Waltman. Now Giblin with it, and she'll swing it off here to Nielsen. Nielsen to the right point to Ambrose, and then Giblin on the reverse comes to the top, covered there by Sidney Smith. Over to the left point, that's Nielsen. Nielsen, top of the key. Waltman, backdoor pass, that's knocked down, and away the Raiders come with the basketball. Turnover 2 for the Riders. 5-5. We're at 4:27 to play first quarter. Watson spots up for three from the right wing. No good, but Sydney Smith is there to clean up the rebound. And up with a shot and fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot two. Senior Sydney Smith.
Fouls under 15, Tatum Koima, first foul.
Koima gets whistled for the foul. Her first, team first.
Shooting two, Sydney Smith.
6-foot senior. Shot is up and good. Smith playing her last game along with the other seniors here at Carroll Tire Gymnasium. Winner here goes to the state tournament in Sioux Falls. 6-5 Raiders, 7-5 Raiders. Smith knocks them both down. We're at 4:20 to go first quarter. Giblin in the back court to the half line and into the front court safely with the basketball. Shadowed there by Schaefer. Pass over to the left wing here. Watson swats that ball away from Nielsen. Half-line trap. Giblin has some trouble getting out of there, but now does. Back out to Giblin. Got herself boxed into the corner. Now off to the right point. Skip pass back to Giblin. Deep in the corner. And a double team there, and a baseline drive, and stepped on the baseline. Macy Nielsen walking the tightrope there and stepped off. 7-5 Raiders, 3:53 to play first period. Brian Fisher with you here on GoRaidersLive.com. 3:48 to go here in the first quarter as Watson brings it front court, leaves it right wing for Eagle chasing, another senior. Watson, the sophomore, now Eagle chasing on the right point, back to Watson. Watson, Eagle chasing. Has not shot yet tonight. Here's Hammond, another senior drive. Top of the key, Smith for three. Just short, hangs on the rim, won't go. Loose rebound going to be scrambled for and picked up by Nielsen. Roosevelt Rough Rider basketball. We're at 3:19 to go in the first quarter. Giblin to the half line, now walks into the front court. Giblin carried the basketball. That's a traveling violation, actually.
Entering for Stevens, number 4, Laura Pettit.
Laura Pettit will check in for Elizabeth Schaefer. They're both sophomores. Schaefer goes 5'10". Pettit 5'8". 7-5 Raiders by 2 with 3:07 to go here in the first quarter of this round of 16 game. 1 of 8 across the state tonight. Skip pass right point. Watson, ball fake to the left, drive to the right, goes in the paint, kicks it off left side. Pettit is open for the three ball. That's overshot, rebounded on the far side by Waltman. She'll give it off to Giblin. Hattie Giblin, the 5'5 sophomore, into the front court. Picked up there by Pettit. Now reverses her dribble to the left point, and the ball is loose and on the floor, and that's picked up by Watson. Watson with a 2-on-1 break, now Eagle chasing left side, and they go in the post, and a turnaround shot for Smith is off the front edge of the rim and short. Rebound Rough Riders. Raiders had a great opportunity to score there, but couldn't finish it off. 7-5 Raiders. That's turnover 5 for the Riders. 2:16 to go, quarter one. Raiders not capitalizing on those turnovers. Out on the right point, backdoor cut here, and Nielsen in a late whistle, but there's a foul there, and that was definitely a foul in my view. Macy Nielsen shoots 2. Whistle came a little late, but sure looked like a foul for certain here. So Nielsen will shoot 2 first free throws of the night, and that's good. Macy Nielsen is a 5'7 sophomore. Eagle chasing checks out of the Raider lineup, and Elizabeth Schaefer checks back in. Second shot up, that's good. We're tied again at 7 with 2:03 to go in the first quarter. Kyle Watson will bring it up court for the Raiders. 2-3 zone waiting for her. Schaefer takes the pass on the right point, now Smith. Smith back over to the right point to Schaefer in the corner, it's Hammond. Hammond, drive in, left point, into the left corner, that's Pettit. Long skip pass over to Schaefer on the right point. And now Smith. And Schaefer, and in the corner, Hammond for 3. And that's good. Allie Hammond drains the 3. Second one of the game for the Raiders. The 5'10" senior, knocks one home. Minute 22 to go, quarter one. 10-7 Raiders up by 3. Nielsen picks up her dribble. Now goes out to the top to get, wait a minute, substitution. Katie Thorstensen in there. Shot for 3, that's not going to draw iron, and it's out of bounds there on the ball that is missed by Madison Waltman. And the peanut gallery lets her hear about it. Shut up already. Just watch the game. Kate Thorstensen is a 5'8" sophomore. A lot of sophomores for both squads tonight. Raiders with the basketball in the front court. This is Watson on the right point. Ball fake left, drive to the right, double teamed on the baseline. Kicks it out to the left point. Pennick spots up for 3. That's not going to work. Rebound on the floor and loose. And we'll have a foul here on the Raiders in a scramble as it's gathered up on the floor by Tatum Koima. That foul is on Laura Pettick, her second personal, team 2. .44 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Raiders lead it by 3, and up court comes Giblin to the half line. Front court now with the basketball, switches over to the left hand, leaves it out for Nielsen. Nielsen top of the key, over to the right point here to Koima. Giblin on left point. Back to Koima, over to the right side, Ambrose. No, check that, I'm sorry, we'll get that straightened out for you. Out at the top. Giblin, shot clock down to 7. Long shot here, won't go, rebound and a battle for it, and that's Elizabeth Schaefer coming away with the board. 10 seconds to go, and now this is Hammond. Hammond puts one up, and that's not gonna go, and now gets a jump ball on the rebound with 2.5 seconds to go, and it'll be Raider basketball. Klosterman inbounds it, and a 3-point try. That's not going to draw iron there on the attempted shot from Cameron Carley. So after 1 quarter of play, it's the Raiders 10 and the Rough Riders 7. So why do they play? Well, the reason is commitment. The reason why is friendship, a sense of purpose, love for the game, to help others, friendship. Lots of great reasons to play high school sports and to participate in other high school activities like cheerleading, debate, music. Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy. This message presented by the National Federation of High School Sports and the South Dakota High School Activities Association, under whose auspices this ball game is being conducted here tonight. Round of 16. Tonight, and let's see. Elsewhere around the state, Aberdeen Central is hosting Yankton. Brookings is hosting Rapid City Central. And Harrisburg is hosting Sturgis in the girls' round of 16. Winners tonight qualify for the state basketball tournament in Sioux Falls. March 15, 16, and 17. 10-7, a 3-point Raider advantage here after 1 quarter of play. These two teams have played twice this season. The Raiders notching the win in both of them. On December 9th at Stevens, the Raiders won it 56-35. Later in the season on January 19th in Sioux Falls, the Raiders won it by 15, 45-30. Here tonight, 10-7 after 1 quarter of play. 3-point try, that's up on the rim, doesn't go. Rebound here for the Riders, and a foul on the Raiders as Madison Waldman gets the offensive rebound and will shoot 2, as they say. She was trying to put that one back. Let's see who the foul is whistled on here. 24, that would be Allie Hammond, her first. Free throw up and good. And the Rough Riders are a perfect 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Madison Waltman, a 5'8" senior. 10-8, Raiders by 2, by 1. As Madison Waltman takes the team to 4 for 4, perfect shooting from the free throw line. 1 point Raider lead, 7:40 to play first half. There by Watson, and she dumps it off to Smith, who misses a bunny. And then over to the right side, Schaefer runs down a high errant pass. Well, the Raiders had an excellent opportunity to score there, but Smith couldn't get it over the rim. Schaefer in the paint. Left point, Watson. Eagle chasing, Watson. And Schaefer will try and hits a three-pointer. 3 3-pointers in the scorebook for the Raiders. 13-9, Raiders by 4. That's their biggest lead. 6:34 to go here in the first half. The Riders into the front court here on the dribble of Koima. Over to the left point to Macy Nielsen. Giblin. Giblin. Raiders in a 2-3 zone defense. 6:15 to go, quarter one. From the right point, a 3-point jump, a 2-point jumper. I think that was Nielsen.
Macy Nielsen.
Yep, she's got 6 in the book. 13-11. Raiders lead Riders by 2. Smith, top of the key. That 2-3 zone doing a good job of keeping the Raiders on the perimeter. Eagle chasing wants 3. Not going to work. Rebound is taken there by Waldman, and a timeout called by the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders. This will be a full timeout.
Taken by Sioux Falls. 60-second timeout. Raiders.
While they're on the break there, let me say this on behalf of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. The debate about sports specialization by high school athletics continues. Some argue that high school athletes who play one sport all year long have a better chance of landing a lucrative pro contract, but that's simply not true. In fact, 30 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's NFL draft played more than one sport in high school. Of the 32 players drafted, 22 also participated in high school track and field, 19 also played basketball, and some also played baseball and lacrosse. So what's the path to success for high school athletes here in South Dakota, no matter what their goals might be? Study hard, always do your best, and if you can, play more than one sport high school. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. In this game tonight, under the auspices of the South Dakota High School Activities Association with special arrangements to Rapid City Stevens High School and GoRaidersLive.com. I'm Brian Fisher with the play-by-play. Welcome aboard. 13-11, Riders in the corner, and now a traveling violation as Hattie Giblin got trapped in that corner. You get in that corner, and that corner creates a 4-on-1 defense when you got 2 players trapping you from the outside. So turnover 6 for the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders at 5:45 to go first quarter. Pass to the right point. This is Smith. Off to Watson, top of the key, Schaefer. Schaefer, pull-up jumper in the paint, won't go. Chased down her own rebound, but she got tangled up with Hammond, and the rebound is tipped out of bounds. Hey, Patrick. 13-11, 5:34 to go here in the first half. Riders with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3-point play. Waldman, right point. And her bounce pass goes off of the knee of Hammond, and a turnover as Schaefer picks up the basketball. Now Eagle chasing. And Smith. And Watson. And Smith. And Eagle chasing. Dribble to the left, pass to the right, back to Schaefer. Eagle chasing. Left side, Smith wants 3. Boy, she puts up a shot that'll draw rain. It's a high arcing rainbow that doesn't go off the back of the iron. Rebound Rough Riders. And again, a chance to tie or take the lead here with 4:45 to go in the first quarter. And a reach foul here on the Raiders. Looks like Lexus Eagle chasing from here. It is Lexus Eagle chasing, her first. And team number 4. 4:45 to play first quarter. Raiders hanging on to a 2-point lead, 13-11. A lot on the line here tonight. Winner goes to the state tournament in Sioux Falls. Giblin with the basketball, shadowed by Eagle chasing. Drives in, drive, and a foul on Eagle chasing. She'll shoot 2. Got a nice elation. And so to the line goes Hattie Giblin. 5'5" sophomore. She'll shoot a pair. Team is a perfect 4 for 4. She'll shoot 2 here and try to tie the game. Giblin sets, shoots, and won't go. Rattles around and kicks out. 51 reports for duty. Shayla Tushin, a 5'9" sophomore. Ambrose sits down. Second shot goes, and it's a 1-point Raider lead. 13-12, 1-point lead for the Raiders with 4:26 to go and a full timeout called by Coach Michael Brooks for the Raiders.
Timeout taken by Stevens, 60-second timeout.
Just a reminder to watch the state
13, Rough Riders 12.
AA girls basketball tournament from Sioux Falls, March 15, 16, and 7. All right, we're back with the second half. Apologize for the internet interruption. 3-point try from the top of the key. Watson, no good. Rebound Ambrose for the Rough Riders. Raiders leading this one 23-17. Our internet program service provider, not the internet itself, but the program provider had some technical issues on the eastern part of the state, but we're back. Schaefer, rebounded by Ambrose. Raiders out in front by 6, 23-17. Points are at a premium here tonight. Raiders cold in that first half, shooting .320, 32%. Well, Roosevelt was shooting 45% from the floor. Koima, right point. And Giblin, shot clock at 4. 3-point try. Koima, too long. Rebound loose on the floor. That's picked up by Klosterman. Klosterman ahead to Watson, threads the needle, and she gets a right-hand layup. Boy, how did Klosterman get that pass through traffic? Watson, good hands to catch it, pull it in, and lay it up. Raiders up by 8, 25-17. Every point a premium in this one tonight. Low-scoring game with 6:05 to go in the third. Raiders up 25-17. Over on the left point, running to the left side. Turn around, one-hander won't go. Rebound tipped around. We're going to have a rebound foul here. It'll be Watson, I think. 32, yes. Kyle Watson, her first team, won this half. Lexa Siegel chasing into the ball game. Here's a kid that can really light them up, but has not even attempted a shot. Well, maybe I think she took one. Attempted a 3 that didn't go. Ball inbounded for the Rough Riders as they've got a fresh shot clock. 5:50 to play in the third. Raiders 25, Rough Riders 17. Giblin hands it off to Koima. Nielsen left point. Out to the top. Ambrose has the ball poked away here by Sydney Smith. Smith with the right-hand layup. She takes it all the way and lays it up for 2. Sydney Smith gives the Raiders a 10-point advantage on the 10th turnover of the game for the Rough Riders. 27-17 now. Rough Riders, Nielsen on left point. Bounce pass. And that is Waltman. Backdoor cut, and the shot blocked from behind. Watson blocked it from behind on Nielsen's right-hand layup attempt. They've run that play several times tonight with success. Welcome back to GoRaidersLive.com. I'm Brian Fisher with this round of 16 game, State AA Girls Basketball, South Dakota. Lob pass out to the top, and Giblin with it. Giblin starts a drive, ball loose, underneath, shot clock at 1. They throw one up, and Schaefer picks it off. Turnover number 11. Raiders with the basketball. This is Watson. Quick look inside to Allie Hammond. Hammond kicks it back off to Watson. Watson underneath, and she gets tripped up. There will be a foul whistled there on the Rough Riders. First team foul of this half, and it is on 21, and that is Macy Nielsen. And for Macy Nielsen, I think it's her first. We have a timeout called by the Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders with 4:42 to play here in the third quarter with the Raiders posting their 10-point lead, their biggest of the game. What's the path to success for South Dakota high school athletes? No matter what their goals might be, study hard, always do your best, and if you can, play more than one sport in high school. 30 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's NFL draft played more than one sport in high school. Of the 32 players drafted, 22 also participated in high school track and field. 19 also played basketball, some played baseball and lacrosse. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. This webcast under the auspices of the South Dakota High School Activities Association, permission granted to Rapid City Stevens High School. And the drive and a kick out to the left point. Smith for three. She buries it. Sydney Smith with a big three hit. Her second of the game, the 6-foot sophomore, buries that one to give the Raiders a 30-17 lead as they've outscored the Rough Riders 7-zip here to start the second half. Waltman, Giblin on the right point. Waltman to Ambrose. They work it around over the left point to Nielsen. Nielsen out to the top, Waltman. And Giblin takes the handoff there, covered by Schaefer. Giblin to the right point. Drives in, puts one up, doesn't go. Rebound Watson, and the Raiders break out. A 4-on-3 break. Here's Watson through the paint, kicks it off left side. Schaefer spots up for three, and she hits it. Back-to-back threes, and the Raiders are out to a 33-17 lead. Schaefer with her second three of the game. 16-point Raider advantage, 33-17 with 3:34 to go in the third. Nielsen, nice runner down the right side, won't go. Rebound is taken by Smith. Smith dribbles up court. Lead pass ahead there to Eagle chasing, and that's knocked out of bounds by Waltman. Raiders will keep it in the front court. It's been a 10-0 run for the Raiders here to start the second half.
51, Shayla Tushin.
Shayla Tushin checks in, and also back in for the Rough Riders is number 5, Kate Thorstensen. This is Watson. Kyle Watson over to Sydney Smith on the right point, back out to the high point there to Watson. And Smith and Eagle chasing. And Smith, right low post, and that is Hammond, kick out to the right side. Eagle chasing, drives the lane, left-hand layup, won't go, rebound Waltman. Waltman clears it out to the left side to Koima. 2:56 to play in the third. Raiders 33, Rough Riders 17. Koima out to the top, Waltman. Waltman in the paint, runner up, won't go, rebound, swatted around. Schaefer comes up with a loose basketball. Lead pass ahead to Lexus, Eagle chasing. Turned away on the left side there by Thorstensen. They'll set up the half-court offense now with 2:30 to play in the third. Raiders up by 16, 33-17. Left point, that's Eagle chasing. Eagle chasing. Skip pass right side. Open look for three. That's just a little short and rebounded by Smith, but she stepped on the baseline. That is only the second turnover of the game for the Raiders. 2:16 to play, substitution. Pettick checks in, Schaefer checks out, Watson gets a breather. Delaney Klosterman, 22, a 5'6" sophomore. And now a timeout is called here with 2:16 to go in the third. A 30-second timeout called by the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Invitation for you to watch the Class AA Girls Basketball State Tournament from Sioux Falls, March 15, 16, and 17. You can watch it online, on your internet, on your computer, sdpb.org, that's South Dakota Public Broadcasting, and on SDPB Channel 1 television. Sponsored by Dakota Bank and South Dakota Corn. The South Dakota AA Girls Basketball State Tournament in Sioux Falls, March 15, 16, and 17. 33-17 here. With 2:16 to play in the third quarter, the Raiders have run off 10 unanswered points. Roosevelt will have the basketball to bring up court. 2 3-pointers in this quarter for the Raiders, 2 conventional 2-point field goals. The ball is inbounded to Nielsen. Nielsen up to the front, screen there, to the right corner, Koima. Koima, runner, or a pass, I'm not sure. whatever the case, it goes all the way through, and Delaney Klosterman picks it out of there for the Raiders. The sophomore thrown into a varsity playing role after the season-ending injuries for Grace Martin and Maya Hendry. Also Pettick getting varsity time as well. Klosterman back out to Pettick. Both sophomores. Left side Eagle chasing. Right side Allie Hammond. Hammond tries to go inside, dumps it left corner. Pettick is open for three. The shot won't go, and we'll have a rebound foul, I think, on Allie Hammond. It'll be her second, and team 2.
Foul 24, Allie Hammond, second foul, second team foul for Stevens.
On the right point, Koima in the paint. Koima floats one up and in. And finally, the Rough Riders get a point on the scoreboard in the second half with Tatum Koima. 33-19 Raiders. A 14-point lead. Eagle chasing. Klosterman, Smith, Klosterman, and Pettick on the right point. Inside the paint to Smith, kicks back out. Klosterman sees daylight. Eagle chasing, she spots up for three. That won't go. Rebound is taken by Klosterman. She goes underneath, and her layup attempt won't go. Here's Allie Hammond. Her shot won't go. The Raiders get 3 shots at it, and it's finally tipped out of bounds by the Warriors. Taraya Ambrose will check back in. Addie Giblin checks in. Shayla Tushin sits down, and Tatum Koima sits down for the Rough Riders. 45 seconds to play in the third. Raiders 13, Rough Riders 19. Klosterman inbounds to Smith on the right point, back to Klosterman on the right wing, around to the top. Klosterman scoops in, traveling violation. Not the right idea, but couldn't get to the hoop without an extra step. 33-19, Rough Riders have the basketball. The Raiders have the lead. Nielsen on left point. Nielsen over to Giblin. Giblin out to the top. Hands it off there to Thorstensen, and Nielsen takes it. And now Ambrose. Giblin hands it off here to Koima. Shot clock at 5. Ball tipped. Loose basketball. Ambrose and a right-hand backdoor layup attempt won't go, and they get a fresh shot clock, but time is running out, and Giblin can't get the shot off from the left point. After 3 quarters of play, Rapid City Stevens Raiders 33, Sioux Falls Roosevelt Rough Riders 19. Elsewhere around the state, I don't have the scores. All I can give you is the pairings. Aberdeen Central leading Yankton. Aberdeen Central hosting Yankton, I mean to say. Brookings is hosting Rapid City Central. And Harrisburg is hosting Sturgis Brown High School. The top 16 AA teams in the state here in this first round of 16. And the winners from tonight at all games advance to the state tournament in Sioux Falls. 15th, 16th, and 17th of March. Boys games tomorrow night. We'll be back here tomorrow night at GoRaidersLive.com, where the Raiders will be hosting the Pierre Governors. Raiders are the number 1 seed. Pierre 16, but don't let that 16 fool you. Pierre's a tough basketball team. 33-19 here. Raiders with a 14-point lead. Outscored the Rough Riders 10-2 in that quarter. So here we go, the fourth and final quarter, 7:57 to play. Rough Riders have the basketball to start the quarter with Giblin on the dribble out at the top. Shadowed there by Smith. Gets a screen to Ambrose. Smith hits the deck, 3-point try, won't go. Rebound, Watson had it, bounced off her noggin, and she'll recover it and bring it up. Kyle Watson out to Eagle chasing. Smith, top of the key, Eagle chasing. Eagle chasing Smith. Eagle Chasing takes the pass on the right point. Lexus has been shut out offensively tonight, 0 for 3 shooting. If she gets hot, look out. Smith, she looks for 3. She hits her third three-pointer of the game. She's a 6-foot senior, and she drains another 3, her second of the night, excuse me. Thought she had one earlier. I think she did. Turnover, Rough Riders. Raiders up by 17, their biggest lead, 36-19. Where'd my halftime stats go here? There we go. Just under 7 minutes to go in this ball game. Here's Schaefer. Sydney Smith. Everything perimeter for the Raiders tonight, except for right now. Here's Watson. Left-hand layup as she drops in for 2. Kyle Watson. And the Raiders out to a 19-point lead with 6:37 to go. Giblin into the front court. Screen there from Ambrose. Giblin splits the D. Shot blocked out of bounds by Sydney Smith.
Entering for the Rough Riders, number 5, Kate Thorstensen.
Addie Giblin will get a break. Kate Thorstensen checks in. This is a young Rough Rider team. Sophomores and juniors. I think there's a single. Madison Waltman is the lone senior on the whole squad. On the sideline, the ball tipped out of bounds there by Koima. That's turnover number 13. Giblin is a sophomore, Thorstensen a sophomore, Koima a sophomore, Nielsen a sophomore. Taraya Ambrose a junior, Madison Waltman is the senior, Shayla Tushin is a sophomore. That's the kids that have played tonight for Roosevelt, so a very young team. Schaefer. The Raiders aren't exactly a bunch of old grandmas, though. And the ball tipped, loose ball picked up by Schaefer. Schaefer's left-hand layup, she creates 2. Schaefer. And the Raiders out in front by 21, 40-19 with under 6 minutes to go. Schaefer very quick, she's a heck of a track athlete, I'll tell you that. Here's Schaefer, bounce pass left side to Hammond. Her left-hand layup won't go on the rebound. Karam's out here, picked up by Waltman. She'll pass it back over. Into the front court, Waltman. Another try coming here. For Koima. Thorstensen, excuse me. That one won't go either. Raiders on to a 7-0 run here to start this fourth quarter. Schaefer on the right point, 5:15 to go in the contest. And this will be Kyle Watson on the left point, covered there by Waltman. To the right, now back to the left, and back to the right, and back to the left, and now over to the right point. It goes to Smith. And a drive here, Watson, right-hand layup as they, looks like the Roosevelt Rough Riders have switched to man-to-man defense, and the Raiders capitalized there on the drive. Three-point try, no good from Waltman. Rebound here, Eagle Chasing. Eagle Chasing pass left side to Kyle Watson into the left corner. She goes, then reverses, walks the tightrope to the right side, loose basketball. Smith will pick it up for the Raiders on the right point. This is Kyle Watson. Kyle looking a little winded out there right now. And now Schaefer. And in the paint, this is Watson. Up with a shot. Somebody got a hand on that one. A blocking foul on the Raiders at the other end of the court here. That'll be team foul 4 with 4:12 to go.
21, Sydney Smith.
Sydney Smith picks up her second.
Second foul. Team
Nobody in foul trouble
Stevens,
for either team.
2, Macy
Rough Riders have only committed 4 fouls for the whole game. Nielsen, free throw's good, and she is 3 for 3. Leads her team with 9 points now. 4:12 to play. And a timeout called here.
60-second timeout taken by the Rough Riders.
60-second timeout called here. 4:12 to go. Raiders are out in front, 42-20. With 4:12 to go, and the winner going to the state AA tournament in Sioux Falls, March 15, 16, 17. You can watch it on South Dakota Public TV and the South Dakota Public Television website as well. And brought to you by Dakota Bank and South Dakota Corn. Teams will break the huddle here. And back onto the court we come. One more shot for Nielsen as she knocked down that first free throw. One left here. Macy Nielsen. Free throw good. Nice shooter. 5'7" sophomore. They'll just get better as time goes on. 10 points for Macy Nielsen. 42-21 Raiders. Schaefer, Smith, and now Watson. Double teamed at the top. She'll dribble away from that. Goes left point to Eagle chasing. They try to trap her in the corner. She goes to Watson. Little ball fake, and then through the right side. Smith pops up for two. Sydney Smith with a pull-up jumper. Baseline right, Smith. 44-21 Raiders on their way, looks like. Watson with his reach and pokes the ball away from Nielsen in the backcourt. Has some trouble getting it now. Schaefer comes back and runs over Giblin for a foul. That'll be team foul 5. Schaefer 1. And so the Roosevelt Rough Riders will have it. 44-21. Off to the left corner. And a nice backdoor pass there that does not go for Waltman on the nice dish from Thorstensen. Raiders rebound and Schaefer brings it up at 3:15 to go. Left point. Watson. Schaefer back to Watson, left point. Back in that 2-3 zone now go the Riders. Watson. This is Hammond backdoor to Smith for two. Nice wheelie work play there. Watson to Hammond to Smith for two. 46-21. Smith starting to pile up the points. She might have a season high, maybe a career high. Nielsen, I'll count him up for you in the next dead ball. Underneath, and the shot blocked from behind. Hammond got a hand on it. On the attempt there by Waltman. 2, 4, 6, 9, 12. 16 points tonight for Sydney Smith to lead the Raiders. 46-21, 2 3-pointers in there, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Here is Lexus Eagle chasing, drive, fouled on the drive. Non-shooting foul. That is just the second foul of the half and 5th of the game for the Rough Riders. And now we're going to see, with 2:16 to go, a whole bunch of more youngsters. Number 1 is Maya Rogenbuck. She's a 5'3" sophomore. And number 23, Sierra Shanks, 5'9" sophomore. Sydney Smith will set down, and Claire Martin, a senior, gets in to play. It'll be her last appearance on the court here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium as she graduates in May.
Cameron Farley, Claire Martin, Kennedy Rising, Delaney Klosterman, and Laura Penny.
All right, both teams have cleared the starters out. Klosterman in the paint. Klosterman stops. Out to the top. Claire Martin tries a shot. Won't go. Rebounded by the Rough Riders. And up court. This is Thorstensen. Thorstensen leaves it in the left corner here. to the right side, tipped out of bounds by Cameron Carley. Trying to sort all this out for you here. We got a whole lot of new players on the court. That's 31 with the ball. Mackenzie Risness, I think. Shot up, no good. Klosterman rebound, tripped up, fouled. And that'll be team foul 3, non-shooting foul here.
Foul 51, Shayla Tushin, second foul, team foul number 3.
Raiders inbound with 1:40 to go. Klosterman, the sophomore, into the front court. And needs to get rid of it. She does. Claire Martin picks up the errant pass to the right point. Cameron Carley. It's an easy name to get. It's a first name both ways. Klosterman drives in. Back out to Pettick. Good ball movement here by the Raiders. Martin. Now Klosterman. Shot clock at 4. And Pettick going to throw it up. Not going to go. And the Raiders commit their 4th turnover of the game. They've taken very good care of the basketball tonight. With 1:02 to go. Not sure what that was, but it's a turnover. Or maybe a jump ball. Raider basketball, whatever the case might be. This is Kennedy Rising, a freshman. And Pettick, sophomore, shoots, doesn't go. Runs down the rebound, but that's going to be poked away from her by Rogenbuck. And the Rough Riders will have it with 32 seconds to go. Thorstensen floats one up and in. Katie Thorstensen. 46-23, Stevens Raiders on their way to the state tournament in Sioux Falls. March 15, 16, and 17. Kennedy Rising, bounce pass to Claire Martin, and that's popped out of bounds. And with just under 6 seconds to go, Rough Riders will get it in. Klosterman calls out the play, and she goes with a turnover. Intended for Martin, poked away there by Thorstensen. Good if it goes, it doesn't go.
Only team personnel allowed on the floor.
Stevens Raiders prevail. 46-23, they double up the scoring. Let me turn down the band a little bit here. Stevens Raiders band, that band under the direction of Mr. Jordan Seidel. 46-23, the final score here. Let's take a look through the scorebook. Sydney Smith with 16 points for the Raiders tonight. 2 for 2 at the free throw line. 4 of 2